6. That shouldn't have been. A Gen G won in that win column. That should have definitely been a loss. But Afrika opened every door in their house and said, come in and steal our
with a big
stuff.
front line. They're actually looking more 1-3-1, you'd say, in this draft. LeBlanc does quite well against Zoe if she gets going. Has been Zoe favorite, but LeBlanc recently has been doing very well in the matchup. Top lane is going to be a very fine game of can I find Nico with a W down or not, says Aurelia.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Navigate these team fights effectively as we get to game number 2, Gen G versus Afrika.
Fans, of course, in this time
My
zone.
team won yesterday.
That's true. My team plays tomorrow, the West Coast Eagles. Whose team's going to get the blue buff?
I don't know. I think Peanut's going to be able to pick it up, and he does so. Has the better smite finger today as Dread down to half health and shouldn't be able to contest. But Peanut's going to come up with a level advantage. That is going to be the first snare landing onto Keen, but also him getting the stun. And that's a very quick kill there from Dread. The flash body slam was a great one, and now Peanut could be in trouble. We're looking for a blade surge, but we're not going to get it from Keen.
Wow, that was some flash from Dread. Pops the Predator.
Yeah, he's looking for it. That's a good devour, but it's going to be life taking a fair bit of damage. Jelly's looking for a headbutt pole, but Fly's coming on over. Dread in trouble. 300 health now after he takes a bit of a drink, but Peanut should be able to get in here and get some control over the enemy blue buff side.
Imagine both junglers. It's a couple of camps away from level 6. Could be a re-engage.
Yeah, this is going to come in here. It's going to be live. Does have the great health available now as Ruler. Free hitting onto Jelly. Going to be able to get the tumble. That's an auto from Fly that secures the first kill for Gen G. And the Afrika Freaks now with a man disadvantage will lose their blue buff as well.
The gold and delaying means that the gold will not be picked up from the Shelly charge.
Oh wow, Fly actually getting a lot of damage there onto Dread and keeping himself safe from the ultimate. That's a huge deal as Peanut will be able to secure this Ocean Drake, takes it down without having to use the smite, but doesn't get out safely. That is going to be an Ocean Drake sacrifice. But I feel like if you're in a fight, the only buttons you need to press are E.
Well, right now, some stun buttons are being pressed.
Yeah, that's a decent condemn into the wall there as Silver Bolt is going to get a lot of damage. Ruler actually getting the dodge, which is beautiful. Vanguard's Edge doesn't find the mark. They don't have vision, so Dread survives for so long, and eventually it's Peanut that grabs that kill. Pop Blossom has to be flashed, as now Cube gets himself into his W and will be saved. Sun tries to get damage over, but doesn't land. The Trouble Bubble, that's going to be a free kill going to Gen G, and Ruler's still looking.
80 carries around the world have been saying is top side.
Yep, Pop Blossom comes in, but that's just beautiful from Keen. Gets out of the way in time. Sun comes down to the bottom side of the map, and the Afrika Freaks are trying to take the bull by the horns. This tower, not long for the world. Yeah.
Plus Cuvée, we're going to watch the replay. Look, Cuvé's not even low health on this play. Vanguard's Edge doesn't go wide, and, well, nice Pop Blossom, you're dead.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even close.
It wasn't close at all. That was just beautifully played, right? Get out of the way of the CC, and you're fine.
He, just monstered his opponent there.
And he looked so calm.
Check my notes. Well, we'll see if it's unlucky or lucky number 13. Watching the Rift Tower here, it's close.
If only you could steal things away with the Shapeshifter. Not able to.
See if they can get a lane. Decided to go for mid-game power. Big-game power.
Okay, Dread. Looking for the fight. Peanut flashes to get himself out of the way. He will be safe for the moment. That's a bigger cooldown, though. Utilized by Gen G. Flawless duet going to land onto Ruler, but otherwise no threat is aiming. Getting aggressive, and Peanut taking a lot. That means that he's going to have to reset, and Afrika should be able to get this inner turret on this push.
They really want this inner turret. They're actually grouping with Keen, even though every other lane assignment is bad. So they want inner turret. That does give them a lot of natural vision, but don't have the same onus on them that you might think.
Well, right now, Predator has been popped here from Dread, gets the chilling smite down. Ruler's there for the potential, but Peanut just doesn't press safeguard. He gets the kickback onto Keen, who goes immediately into his stopwatch. And now, oh my goodness, the snare was just too good. Ruler now with that Ginsu's Rage stacked up, looking for his second. That's going to be the kill onto the cow, and somehow Peanut made that look like a genius play.
Exactly, gift wrapped on both sides with Keen and Peanut going down.
Vayne win condition is certainly something that we have to talk about now.
Fly's actually going to poke around
He
this
might
Ocean
just
Drake.
kill Dread, who's trying his very best to take down this Ocean, but misses too many of his buttons.
A little bit risky with no Pixel Brush Ward. If you had Pixel Brush Ward, see, oh, actually aiming fully disengaged.
Yeah.
I think you can make it, but
you need to fight around his distortion timing rather than anything else, as Fly, who is going to not stop with that.
Remember, Keen doesn't decrease magic damage anymore on the W. He just gets chunked out. Genji are on their first Baron, and Afrika don't even know.
Nope, and it's taking so much damage. There's so much Ginsu's Rage in this Baron pit. Final hour is going to get popped as Dread does have the opportunity to try and steal. He goes into his stopwatch, though. It's down to 2,000 health as Ruler is looking for Sun. Just kills him on the backline. No, not quite able to do so. Is aiming one auto attack. Ruler needs to get in there, and he does. Fly looking for it now. The Baron is helping so much, but who's it helping? It's taken by Fly of all people. This series is absolutely insane, and now the Afrika Freaks are stuck in a pit, but the Aurelia is still alive. Life gets the grey health back. The Vayne is dead, though. It's Cuvee. The last hope here is now Keen is alive. He had the GA. The flash has to be used, and they just want to keep Barons alive now for Genji.
A good old-fashioned Baron fiesta. Both smites are dead. Who gets it but the LeBlanc bursting it down? Keen doesn't die, loses GA, but Afrika Freaks again come away with definitely less than half of the share of the spoils.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. We're going to see it right now. The Baron sits at such low health, doing so much damage throughout this fight.
Dread plays this really well. It goes to stage with the Baron at 3,000 health, so you think, okay, there's only going to be one smite available, but both junglers die in the blink of an eye. Ruler snipes with an auto attack over the pit, and you wait for the health bar here, down to 340, and that's going to be enough for LeBlanc to clean it up. There wasn't enough burst damage in the pit. I think LeBlanc had the most there, so
and
it
no
makes
smites
sense.
remaining, right?
Exactly. So I think it's of the people left, that was the most burst damage, so I guess it makes sense that it was picked up by LeBlanc. Not going to be able to clean up Cuvee. He still had his summoners somehow after all of this. They get out, they keep a couple of Baron buffs, and one of them is on a split pusher, so maybe there'll actually be a scenario where Nico is good in the side lane against the Aurelia.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nico now does have the Frozen Mallet to her name as well. Ruler is very close to 6 items on the Vayne, and look at this. If you've got one Ginsu's Rage member actually doing damage, you're going to be doing a lot of it.
Who's the counterfeit Vayne now, says AJ. That gets them ahead for the first time this game. They need a second Baron to grow the lead, as Dredd doesn't notice Cuvee.
Yeah.
He knows for sure now.
I don't know whether he actually cares all that much. He gets a free delivery, and Pop Blossom ain't going to save you there. Arcane Shift gets aiming over the top, and who was juking who there?
Real fast, Atlas.
Oh my goodness, and there's no vision. No. They got a control ward down there. He's got teleport. The Baron has been started once again, but look at Peanut's positioning. This steal is well and truly on the line. It's
Genji
a 50-50.
getting all of these, Atlas.
Yeah, Cuvee can't actually manage to get this one here as the fight is going to break out. Life has that one available. The Devourer is in, but Keen has great position into the backline, but Ruler just juking him out, able to then transition his Fly, gets a lot of damage into the backline, and the Vayne even picks up a kill. It's a teleport available for Cuvee, and now it's Genji's turn to get on this Baron.
And Atlas, they were able to do everything at the same time. Yes, they can't actually finish the Elder, but they get the surround, they DPS out aiming. He was on 10 HP before Ruler even stacked up his Rage Blade, and that Rage is taken out first on the members of Afrika, and then on the Baron.
Yep, double overshield to come in on this Vayne. You can see almost 3,000 health as that overshield is in, and he's got an Infinity Edge. There is so much damage on this Genji roster. Yes, the team fight doesn't look great from this squad, because getting all of these champions together and creating a team fight that looks good is messy to say the least. It's really hard to get this damage out. But Ruler was just better.
But Atlas, in a 5v5 scenario, Genji were able to have their cake.
Looking to try and get even more. That chain was actually stunning. Denies the headbutt there from Jelly, who gets snared up. Ruler, he's going to close in. There's true damage. Jelly has to go into the stopwatch. We'll keep him alive for the moment. One more auto attack would have killed him, but you don't want to overextend. And Genji will just take what they're guaranteed to get. 2 inhibitors now dead, and Genji are looking at this 2-0 pretty comfortably right at the moment.
I think they definitely have.
Being a nuisance, tower does go down. It's only an inhibitor in the way.
This feels like a lion versus a cheetah, but like in a zoo. It's not actually happening in the wild like it should have been. That's a lot of toke damage.
Yeah, I think the cow's going back to the wild as Silver Bolts. That's true damage, my friend. Your Unbreakable Will's really breakable right now. Double kill, triple kill for Ruler. Trying to chase after Sun, but he's at least able to get away for the moment. But they know exactly what is on the menu here. Genji just want to win the game. The Abyssal Voyage to bring in Peanut. They're not going to take Ruler on forward, as Sun just takes about 1 billion damage from a tumble-empowered auto attack. Flawless duet certainly isn't that, as the Vanguard's Edge comes in. Keen has to try and do something, and Life is just going to eat him. Sun goes down. That's the GA. Now Nexus turret number 2 is going to go down. The Pop Blossom's there. Keen's just running for the hills. That's going to be the full house. Going to be rulers full of flies, and the Nexus goes down 2-0 for Gen G. And KT Rolster's life just got real hard.
Exactly. The standings implications of this game are something that should not be forgotten. Ruler stands up. He knows he's put in his Vayne shift, and it's been another victory. That should almost be enough to keep Gen G out of relegations. World Championship coach EndGame breathes a sigh of relief. KT Rolster fans are the most affected by this. Afrika and the team of Gen G may have done enough to keep away from relegations, and while relegations is not being relegated, KT Rolster are going to be down in the dumps and need to win every remaining game and have results go their way.
Yep, that was also the first game that Flyers played on the LeBlanc so far this series, so it's his highest win ratio so far. Congratulations to Gen G. Game number 2, I didn't think that they were going to be able to do it, to be honest. After that mid-game, didn't go so well for them. I just felt like Afrika Freaks had a composition that was easier to run. However, like you say, I think it's more about the mental game and the problems that the Afrika Freaks had. The fact that Keen had to play with his team the entire time, almost like he was a babysitter for the rest of the squad. It's just not what you want.